Hey, this is Nick Nilsson, Mad Scientist of Muscle, and what I've got for you here is a killer fat loss / strength workout. Now, one of the big problems when you're losing fat is losing strength, and I don't know about you, but I absolutely hate losing strength when I'm training for fat loss, and you don't necessarily have to accept that as fact. This training program, this workout in particular, is a very good way to do it. What we're going to be doing here is what I call single rep time volume training. We're going to do it for a 40-minute block. You're actually going to be rotating between 4 big exercises for 1 rep each for 40 minutes. You're going to be taking 10 seconds rest in between each rep. Now the key here is you're using sub-maximal weight. It's fairly heavy weight, but it is sub-maximal. What you're going to be doing is a deadlift. Now you can use a straight bar or a trap bar deadlift. I'm using a trap bar here. And I've got this set up with just 2 bars, but if you want to have different weights, you can also use dumbbells instead. You can use another bar instead if you have access. If you're in a busier gym, you will likely want to use this kind of setup that I'm going to show you here though. Maximum of 2 bars. So I got trap bar deadlift. I got that loaded with 315 pounds. 1 rep of deadlifts with that. For me, that's an easy weight. That's no problem. 10 seconds, I'm going to go lay down on the bench press right here. Got 225 on the bar. 1 single rep on the bench press. Now we're going to go back and do a stiff-legged deadlift with that same 315-pound weight. Pardon some pump, it's one of the hazards of working out of your basement. So 315, the same bar on there. Like I said, if you wanted to add in a pair of dumbbells, if you wanted to use a different weight, you can do that. If you wanted to add a whole other bar, you could load that with a different weight as well. I'm just, for the sake of brevity, going to use the exact same weight and the same bar. So the deadlift, not so challenging. Stiff-legged deadlift, more challenging for me. After doing 1 rep of that, it's back over to the rack here with the bar set up. Now if you don't have a rack, not a big deal, you can do both of these exercises on a bench press station. So if you had nothing but a bench press station and a bar sitting in front of it, you could do this whole workout no problem. You just have to worry about people fighting you for the bench press. That's it. So your last exercise is the Zercher squat. Now this is a bench Zercher squat, just like you do a bench squat. You're going to tuck your forearms underneath the bar. The bar is going to be cradled across the crook of your elbows. I'm going to actually throw a towel over the bar because this one can be a bit hard on the skin there. Get that bar underneath, step back a little bit, come down, sit on the bench, come back up using leg power. Now this is a great exercise for developing core strength. It is good for legs here too. The shorter range of motion here is not going to be as much of a leg exercise. It's going to be some, but the regular Zercher, you want to come all the way down until the bar is almost right on your legs. That'll give you the deepest squat and the best results from it. But this, because it's kind of a mashup between a variety of exercises, this is the best fit for doing squats. So the bench Zercher squat. Once you've done 1 rep of that, the same weight as your bench press, it's straight back to deadlifts and repeat the cycle. So it's deadlifts 1 rep, bench press 1 rep, stiff-legged deadlifts 1 rep, and Zercher bench squat 1 rep. And then you're just going to cycle through these for 40 minutes. It's a very simple workout. How can you tell it just rained here? It's a very simple workout and very, very effective. Now, one thing you'll want to note here is if you start to being unable to move that weight, like for example, if bench press is my weakest lift on there, if I get to the point where I can't do a bench press, or I'm getting to the point where I know I really have to push really, really hard to get that 1 rep, I'm actually going to bump the rest up from 10 seconds to 20 seconds. So ideally it won't get to that point. I want to try and go the whole 40 minutes on 10 seconds rest, but if it does, when one exercise gets to that point, then take 20 seconds rest between each exercise. So that will give you a little bit more longevity in terms of how much volume you can get. So here's what it looks like. I'm going to show you a couple of rounds here at normal speed, and then I will just put it like at 8 or 9 times speed so that you can see the entire workout going through this cycle like this, and I will come back to you at the end. so that is single rep, 4 exercise time volume training. Now, when you start with this exercise, it should be relatively moderately easy for the first 5 to 10 minutes. But as you get deeper and deeper into your gas tank, as you move forward to 20, 30, and 40 minute mark, this is really going to push you. I did it without any grip assistance. If you find when you're doing the deadlifts and stiff-legged deadlifts that your grip is starting to slip out, have something ready. Don't use it until you have to. That's going to ensure that you build the most grip strength out of this as well. One excellent thing you can do when you're doing the Zercher squat, be sure you do have a towel wrapped around the bar. It comes in handy not only for padding for the forearms, but also for wiping the buckets of sweat off your face that you are going to be leaving here as you're doing the exercise, and make sure you mop up whatever you've left on there. But the bottom line, this is a great fat loss training technique for maintaining strength while you're doing it. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Now, if you want to get more training videos just like this one, be sure to click on either of those 2 videos over on the left.